Welcome to another episode of We Dream of Cake. I'm your host, Glapion, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Easter Bunny cake. So over the weekend, some of my family came to visit me from New Orleans, and my niece and I put together this Easter Bunny cake. We started out by applying simple syrup to the layers. Then, we filled the layers with buttercream frosting. After that was done, we started trimming up the cake a bit. Just a little bit off the back and the sides to give it that shape of a bunny's body. We're applying a crumb coat. Now we're popping it into the fridge just to have the crumb coat set up a bit. While the crumb coat is setting up in the fridge, we're using Rice Krispie Treat. Rice Krispie Treat to form some of the body parts, like the head, the thighs, and some rabbit's feet. Now we're applying a generous portion of buttercream as the final coat of frosting on the cake. Now that we have the cake all frosted, we're adding the feet and the thighs onto the cake. Rolling out some white fondant. And now to smooth it out a bit and trim off the excess. Putting the Rice Krispie Treats in place before rolling the fondant out helps to give it a more realistic shape. The shape of a bunny's body. I'm adding some lollipop sticks to the bottom of the head just for support to hold it in place. Now on goes the head. We covered the entire thing in white fondant because later we'll break out the airbrush machine to airbrush it and give it a sort of look, so some parts are still white and other parts are the actual colors that we want. Here my niece is applying some pink on the ears and the nose area. On goes the gray onto the body. When I looked in the pantry for gray food coloring, I was out. I didn't have any. So I took a mixture of black and white to make the gray. I did it in small portions, so I had to make maybe 2 or 3 portions to get the whole thing covered. In doing so, the colors weren't exactly the same, but it worked out just fine because of shading. Some areas were a little bit darker, some areas were a little bit lighter. Here I'm rolling out some blue fondant and some chocolate brown colored fondant to make the eyes for the bunny. With a little bit of vodka, I'm using that as the glue, popping the eyes into the sockets, and giving it a little bit more detail using a ball tool. I want these eyes to be a little cartoonish, not so realistic. I mean, it's just a fun bunny, right? With this red fondant, I'm cutting out some strips to make a bow for the bunny. After applying the band around the neck, I'm using the ball tool once again just to push it in the creases and give it a little bit more detail. Applying the loops using some vodka again, and then just forming the bow, the loops of the bow with my hands. I mean, the bow is actually sitting on the back of the bunny, so I didn't have to take the step and make the loops and let them dry. They'll just dry right on the bunny. Now I'm painting on with a very thin brush, a very small brush, using some black food coloring. Just painting on some eyelashes. Who says the Easter Bunny has to be a boy bunny? Here I'm just airbrushing on some pearl sheen. The pearl sheen will just give that bow a bit of a shine and a little bit of je ne sais quoi. So there you have it, my Easter Bunny cake. I hope you like it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm Aaron Glapion for We Dream of Cake.